check out. Granted, this video only just came out, but what the hell? I'm gonna watch it. This is angry cops talking about a sailor exposing his entire ship via Starlink. Like installing Starlink and thus, like, I think that, yeah, I'm guessing it has something to do with the Japanese being able, or the, sorry, not the Japanese, the Chinese, like the CCP being able to tap into Starlink. Because that's been a thing lately. So, I have a feeling this may be funny. So let's check it out.
The United States Navy is no joke, and I know that might come as a surprise to some, considering that us other branches really dig in on them. No particular reason. But seriously, 18 months underway in a sub below the water, 6, 8, 10-month deployments on a ship, where you only get to contact home once every couple of months or via snail mail. Sailors really do make quite the sacrifice. Well, most sailors do. That brings us to today's special guest, Commander.
What? Alright, I'm going to say no on that one, just because. Just because that was a little bit too spicy.
Well, most sailors do. That brings us to today's special guest, Command Senior Chief Marrero. Uh-oh. Somebody's actions are going to be on a safety brief from now on. Because she thought putting an unsecured internet source on her ship, the Manchester, was a good idea and in no way violated any sort of OPSEC for the ship.
What? Like, I know it's in the title, but she has rank. Like, I would have expected this from like an E1. She actually has rank and a lot of fucking ribbons. Holy fuck!
Good idea, and in no way violated any sort of OPSEC for the ship, or put the ship in any sort of danger, you know, because then people would be able to know where you are from that signal, especially as it's deployed in the Western Pacific, which, if I'm not mistaken, China's there. And boy, they sure do have fun bullying other ships around there, don't they? Just ask the Filipino Coast Guard. But we'll learn a little bit more about Super Senior Chief's stupid internet service after a word from this video's sponsor. Prize Picks.
It's time.
Want to play Prize Picks alongside big names just like Drewski, Joe Budden, and MMA champion Sugar Sean O'Malley? Well, thanks to this video's sponsor, Prize Picks, you can. Check out the new community plays under the promos tab in the app, where you'll see some entries from some of the biggest names in the Prize Picks community every week.
I can't wait to find out what the rationale was for doing this.
Florida, Georgia, and
That's what I'm very curious about.
Users already, Prize Picks is the go-to place to win real
what
money.
was she so desperate for internet for that she risked OPSEC on a naval ship?
They even include an injury insurance policy for protected play. Even if one of your players gets injured, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Download the app and use code AngryCops to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. This week I'm picking Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
Blades, it's been good. You missed a quadruple ara earlier today. Unfortunately.
To go more than 30 points against the Seattle Seahawks. Go Bills. Prize Picks also
Rap
offers
acid, I would not be
promotions,
surprised.
like Taco Tuesday, where select player projections are discounted up to 25%, giving you more value in your lineups. Download the app today and use code AngryCops.
I'm wondering if it's for gaming.
After you play your first $5 lineup. What are you waiting for? Start playing now. Now,
if
I
it
told
was
you
for
already
game,
that it's very hard to get in contact with people from home, have a grasp on what's happening in pop culture. Because you're out there away on a ship, God knows where, and you're only going to port every couple months. Well, Chief here thought it'd be a great idea to get a Starlink. Oh, now I have nothing against Elon Musk, and Starlinks are fantastic. He was handing them out for free in the Carolinas after the hurricane, so you know that they work, even when nothing else around you does. But as we find out later on, because an investigation, well, it went full bore into the chief and the ship's commander on the USS Manchester, that having a steady Wi-Fi signal.
That's That's the other thing. It's not only the chief. The ship's commander is fucking boned for this. 100%. Because she was under his command. And if he did not know what the fuck she was doing, he ain't in command anymore.
Commander on the USS Manchester, that having a steady Wi-Fi signal and internet access just beaming out there in an unsecured line, well, that could put you and your sailors in danger. So not a good move. Okay. But how did we get there? How do we get from planting the dish to figuring it all out and Chief getting in trouble? Well, it all starts in San Diego when Senior Chief is farting around with a couple of her enlisted cohorts, the Chief's mess. For those of you that are unaware, in the Navy, and I would say the Marine Corps, but especially the Navy, once you hit the rank of enlisted 7 and become a chief, well, you're a big deal. You're top dog. You get a lot of special benefits because of your rank, and you're in charge. Shit, you're the closest thing to God, the captain himself. But unfortunately, the Chief's mess gets a little bit of a, I'll say a bad rep, and sometimes they earn it. Like here, in this case. Well, Chief Marrero and a couple other chiefs in the Chief's mess, 15 in total, decided that they were going to keep their...
Beth, I'm guessing you've had some bad experiences with the Chief's mess. Based on your comment, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you may have had a couple bad experiences with Chief's mess.
A couple other chiefs in the Chief's mess, 15 in total, decided that they were going to keep their secret, super sweet internet source dish, Starlink, a secret.
No one will ever find out.
So only the Chief's mess would get it. Sharing sure isn't caring when it comes to Chief Marrero. Well, how the hell did they get it on the ship? Well, when in San Diego, there is a couple opportunities while a ship is getting looked over and cleaned and fudged about, where people get in harnesses and walk around spots where they normally shouldn't. And that's when someone unknown, but set up by the Chief's mess, planted the dish on the 05 weather deck, which I don't know what that means, other than 05 is a rank and weather deck means...
Beth, help me out. 05 weather deck, is this significant in some way? Because I don't know what an 05 weather deck either. Well, what 05 weather deck is either. So I'd be very curious if this has any kind of particular significance or if it's just a deck on the ship that just happened to be where they, stuck the satellite, stuck the dish because it would be seen.
Means a deck.
Okay, Hasio, have a good one.
I assume Doppler radar.
Wait. There's an LCS, my old ship. See the open area above the windows. Yeah, and right after I said that, arrow pointed at it. Is there any significance to that? I mean, other than the fact that if they stuck it here, that would be pretty fucking visible. There's nothing fucking here, and could easily be seen. So, I don't know why they would stick it here.
A deck where weather happens. I assume Doppler radar or something. Look, one of the investigators took a photo. There it is, circled in red, pointed at with a little arrow, just chilling with a couple sandbags sitting on it. NBD, super inconspicuous.
No one's even gonna notice.
But who had access to this fantastic internet that, get this, didn't reach across the entire ship? So the chiefs thought it would be a good idea to get a Wi-Fi extender and set them up throughout the ship so that they could get their Netflix streaming app and Facebooks and...
So they set up an unsecured, or barely secured, Wi-Fi network from the dish, and then set up a shit ton of completely unfucking secured range extenders all throughout the fucking ship. How the fuck did they hide these? Most range extenders, you have to plug into a fucking outlet. Yeah. They're like... The only thing I can think of is where they plugged them in was in, like, somebody's berth. Like, someone's cabin? Or in, like, storage lockers that they only had access to, or something. Oh yeah, I mean, this is like, remember when we watched the video about the guy who got onto, who was able to, get onto the Air Force Base? Like, this is like, almost as bad, only it's the actual sailors that were pulling this shit.
Instagrams and Twitters immediately, wherever they were, taking a shit or walking outside, it didn't matter. They wanted their Wi-Fi. But not for anybody else, just the Chiefs mess.
Yeah, screw them.
This'll come up later. That's right, didn't want to share it. You know, didn't tell the captain, which, honestly, if you told the captain within moments, the captain probably would have been cool with it being turned on in certain moments when everything's like being watched and ready. Because I don't know if you know this, ships have Wi-Fi. And commanders of said ships can say, hey, you know what? Even though our military operations take up most of the Wi-Fi that's needed and it's encrypted and it's bouncing off of our own satellites so that we don't get tracked by an unknown government, we're gonna let the kids use the internets for a little bit. Send a message home, send out an email, make a Facebook post. It happens. In fact, the United States Navy is working with Starlink as we speak in order to create a morale-boosting free Wi-Fi on ships so that soldiers can still reach out. And once again, it's turned on and off at times that the captain finds appropriate. Oh, but don't worry.
Not good enough for
Starlink
Chief.
with Chief here, it went on and on and on and never got turned off until they almost got found out a couple of times.
Nothing to see here.
Now you might think,
And honestly, like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but do these ships not have communications experts who would easily be able to not only detect but hack this Wi-Fi signal from this Starlink? Like, really fucking easy. The last I knew, the people working in communications were really fucking good at their job and knew their way around how to break into, unsecured Wi-Fi signals. Last that I heard. So the fact that, like, I'm wondering if, I'm kind of curious if someone in comms, like, hacked their signal and gained access to it, and that's gonna shitstorm it, or what? I don't know. I'm really curious. Yeah, and exactly, Greb. And that's why I say, like, in comms. Let's just wait and see here.
to yourself, a Wi-Fi router, internet access beamed across the ship. Well, it's got to have some sort of name, like Bilbo Baggins' house, or my favorite is FBI Surveillance Van 4. Well, this is no different because on the ship, the Wi-Fi name was Stinky. Oh, and something stinks in Denmark. Yes, it does. And it's leadership. Now, kids these days.
They called the Wi-Fi signal Stinky. Out of all the available Wi-Fis on the ship, it probably had all sorts of very specific names. They called their Wi-Fi Stinky and did not think anyone would notice it. I'm reasonably sure most of these sailors have phones and they have laptops. And the minute a new Wi-Fi signal comes online, if your device is actively searching for Wi-Fi signals, it will suddenly appear saying, "There is a new network for you to connect to." How the fuck were they gonna keep this secret?
That join the military are no dummies. I mean, they're weak and stupid, but they're not retarded. That they're walking around on their phone trying to watch a movie or do whatever, and all of a sudden a Wi-Fi pops up. They're gonna go, whose Wi-Fi router is called Stinky? And try to get onto it. Well, the rumor mill starts, and what do you know? Word gets up to the captain that there might be an internet access point on the ship that's beaming Wi-Fi out on an unsecured network. Well, Captain's gonna have none of that, so he goes down to the chief's mess and asks Senior Chief here, "Hey, you hear about this Wi-Fi on the ship?" Oh, and Chief plays it off like a pro. "Absolutely not, sir. It's all made up and bullshit. What do you know?"
Why though?
You lying.
Well, there's some sort of Wi-Fi router thing access that's called Stinky. Nobody knows what it's for. I'm on it. I'll take care of it, sir. And she did. She changed it to a random printer name and then continued to use it in the Chiefs mess.
We have investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. Thank you very much.
15 of these chiefs in the Chiefs mess used it. Even after the captain was like, what is going on here? This is not good. What do you know about it? And lied to the captain. Oh, that's great. That's great. So we've got a liar and we got Chief here gatekeeping.
By the way, Beth, just off the cuff, how many violations of I'm not sure. I'm not. USM. No. I'm forgetting my acronym for it. Not upset. No, I'm talking about like legal. UCMJ. Thank you, Grumpy. I started to say USMC, and I'm like, no, that's U.S. United States Marine Corps. UCMJ. Thank you. Off the cuff, Beth. How many violations of UCMJ have they committed already? I'm thinking at least 6. At least 6. And any other military professionals in chat? Best guess at how many UCMJ violations have we seen thus far? We've got installation of an unauthorized electronic device, I'll call it that, for the Wi-Fi, lying to a superior officer, potential security breach, deliberate intentional security breach, 34 Bobcat. Oh my.
The internet access from anybody because you can't have the lower listed have it.
Peasants.
And you don't want the officers to know about it because then that's going to blow your cover, which you've lied about. So, yeah, she lies about it. And then she's questioned about it again because the rumors still keep flowing and people are saying, no, the Chiefs mess has some freaking Wi-Fi. It didn't just go away. And well, what do you know? The ship's captain goes to the Chiefs mess again. Hey, Senior Chief, something's still going on with this thing. What do you know about it? I know nothing, sir. She denied him 3 times, like beat her.
Why you always lying?
But just like all great schemes that get popped in somebody's head who's a little too arrogant for their own britches, well, it all fell apart because when the ship got ported in frickin' Guam, well, there's a little bit of maintenance. A new dish. Not Starlink, but Starship or Star Wars. I don't know. Star something. A new dish had to be put up on the ship. And wouldn't you know that one of those naval technicians putting on that dish looks over and sees the Starlink and goes, "What is that?"
That's not right. Yeah. That like, what did they expect? It's out in the fucking open. I'm actually surprised that it took this long to discover it.
What the is that? Obviously, they thought that some lower enlisted had snuck up there and put it on there. It couldn't have been the Chiefs mess.
Somehow this is all your fault.
Well, the officer in charge of communications, the communications officer, one might call them, well, he's talking to the dish guy who sees the Starlink and he takes a photo of it and he calls up the Chiefs mess and is like, what the is that? And Senior Chief texts back, well, the gig is up, and confesses.
Thank you, Taurus.
That this was just for morale. Oh, it's no big deal. It's just for morale. We've got it. It's all right. Please don't tell the commander. We've only been using it when we're at port. Definitely not out there in the middle of the ocean where we could be targeted because of this. And I don't know what kind of ship this is, but nobody tells the commander of the ship, the captain, the head honcho.
What? They don't tell the fucking captain. The technician does not tell the fucking captain. Like, I do not care if this is the chief, and the chief is, like, up there in terms of ranking. You find an unauthorized piece of communications equipment on a boat. You tell the fucking captain. That goes right up to the captain.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Show in charge, who's already been asking about this and is like, what is going on here? But nobody's talking to him. Not even the communications officer, not his senior chief, the highest enlisted person on the ship. No, everybody's leaving this guy in the dark. Well, what happens with all lies and shenanigans? Well, eventually light gets shown on it.
Yeah, Corey, the Russian fleet. Yeah, like, honestly, the level of we're not at mutiny levels. We are not. This is not mutiny levels, but we are getting pretty fucking. We are inching our way there, with the way they're like, nobody tell the fucking captain anything. The captain is not getting anybody to tell them truth. Because you know what? When all this shit goes down, the captain is fucked. Because do you really think the Navy is going to put him in charge of a ship again? When none of his high-ranking officers are telling him the truth about a fucking Starlink dish? Do you think they're going to give him another ship after this? I'm gonna say no. There's not a chance now because he's so, they will view him as he is such a weak captain. They had no problem lying to him over and over and over, starting with the chief and the chief's mess and moving on to other officers or other enlisted. Had no issue lying to him over and over and over again. Why would this man be placed in command of another boat? That would be the viewpoint of high command, of military command. He is such a weak commander that his own sailors had zero issue lying over and over again.
And the captain found out about 6 days after they left Guam. He starts an investigation. Wow, what happens with all lies and shenanigans? Well, eventually light gets shown on it, and the captain found out about 6 days after they left Guam. He starts an investigation. Wow, he brings in senior chief. Hey, senior chief, what the is going on, Morero? I thought you said that there was no Wi-Fi. And she says, well, sir, it's for morale. We did it for morale, and also, we never used it out in the water. We only used it when we were in port. We are professionals, and we wouldn't put the whole ship in jeopardy. And that's the third time she lied to him. 3 times. Way to go, Chief. Integrity. Oh, you know, the Chief's got a saying that they're as flexible as the chain, as strong as the anchor. You're as flexible as weak, dog. You've got no moral high ground or standard, do ya? And thank God the captain of this ship, Moore, didn't trust anybody either. I mean, how could he? Good Lord, everybody's been lying to him for the past couple months about the stupid Wi-Fi thing that honestly, he could have nipped in the butt right away, made it a non-issue. But now we've got everybody hiding things from the man in charge, and that ain't gonna f***ing fly. So he opens up a can of whoop-ass in the form of an investigation, and well, wouldn't you know, that Chief just can't stop lying, can she? Obviously, the morale thing's a bunch of bullshit, because if it was for morale, well, then the lower enlisted would have had a little chunk at it, right? They would have been able to try and tweet at home and see what's going on, but that fell through like a fart through a screen door. How is it for morale if only 15 people on the entire ship can use it? And Chief went so far as to change the usage documents that she gets from Starlink. That's right. She altered the documents of the usage so it would only show usage when she was at ports, and handed that to her commanding officer and those investigating.
Oh, fuck. Now we're getting into, like, conspiracy levels of shit. This is not going to go well for this chief. It will not go well.
Oh no, here's everything. I have integrity. Here's all the documents showing that we only used it in port and therefore, you know, maybe a slap on the wrist here, but we didn't do anything nefarious.
Stop lying.
Well, they saw through that because all you gotta do is call up Starlink. Beep, boop, beep. Hey, give me a freaking printout of her usage document. Shut the fuck up, Chief. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to Starlink. Yes, send them right now. Oh, you can tell me the usage? You know what? When you send them to me anyway, but can you tell me? Shut the fuck up, Chief. Shut up. Can you tell me, just for kicks and giggles, when was the Starlink used? Oh, for like the past 4 months straight? Not just at like, in the middle of the ocean, huh? In the middle of Thank you. No, I'm not yelling at you. Thank you, Starlink. Now, before the investigation took place, Chief Marrero actually had another lower-ranking chief than her that was going to take the fall for the internet. She had a fall guy for it. This woman, in no way, shape, or form, has any integrity and is trying to cover up everything in every way possible while continuously throwing the wool over her commander's eyes. The end result is that this chief got knocked down from E8 to E7. I, for once, am appalled, I know I never heard of that before, of that. How the is this person still a chief? You have no integrity.
How is this person still in the fucking Navy? Flat out, how the fuck is this person still in the goddamn Navy? By all rights, and I'm going to throw out a location here because it's the only one I know of. By all rights, her ass should be in Leavenworth. Now, what the Navy equivalent is, I do not know, Beth. You can help me out here. Bitch needs to be in fucking military prison. She broke so many UCMJ laws that it's not even funny. And I guarantee you, service members have gone to fucking prison for less than this. This should have been 100% a dishonorable discharge and time in the stockade. They use Leavenworth too? Okay. Yeah. And Corey and you other people have been saying it. Yeah. There's some fuckery happening right now. There's 100% some fuckery happening right now.
Integrity! You threw your commander on the bus. You blindfolded him. You pulled the wool over his eyes. You lied to him constantly. You created a criminal enterprise by getting all the 15 freaking chiefs and the chiefs mess involved. You lied to the comms officer. You put your entire ship's welfare in jeopardy so you could watch YouTube videos right off of that chief's rank. Holy sh! Chief Marrero has a master's degree in information security and digital management.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? So, she thought because she had this degree and this knowledge, she could slip one by it. That's why she did it. She did it because she's got this master's degree. She has this knowledge and she thought, I can do this and we'll never get caught. Yeah, she got it from Phoenix University. Oh my god. She wasn't even court-martialed because recruitment has been so low for the eyes for you that maybe you want to waste her. Oh, fuck. This is fucking crazy. Like, okay, yeah, the recruitment's been low. You don't want to waste resource. When's she gonna so maybe her next fuck up will get her entire ship sunk. Like, she got goddamn lucky that her actions did not result in a catastrophic situation. Like, born under a lucky star kind of situation. What's she gonna do next time? And you know what this taught her? I can do this shit and mostly get away with it. Yeah, I lost a rank. I went from E8 to E7. Who fucking cares? I can do it again.
Didn't manage there. Now, honestly, I don't know how a Wi-Fi signal can be tracked. I know that if there's an outgoing signal, there should be some sort of reasonable action that you can like track that signal and then pinpoint where it's coming from, right? So am I mistaken or am I 100% right when I say that she's looking up Pornhub and herself while she's underway and the Chinese government's like, you know, why is Pornhub activated in the middle of the ocean? We don't have any ships out there. Do you think it's an American ship?
Well, did not the Chinese intelligence agency actually fucking hack Starlink? I remember seeing a news story about that recently where the CCP was able to actually get into Starlink systems and was able to ride the Starlink signals down to their sources and thus get into the fucking computers they were attached to. Russia did too? Okay, maybe it was Russia that I was thinking of, not CCP. Yeah. Oh yeah, Alex, this was in the news, is that the Starlink satellite system has been hacked by an enemy nation. And, you know, think about it. This is on the ship, so an enemy combatant can get into all of the systems connected to this unsecured, because let's face it, it is unsecured. This was 100% an unsecured network. Enemies could ride the signal down, gain access to the unsecured devices. From there, it would take work, but you could basically you could potentially get into other wireless devices through those means. It would take a lot of work, but it could be possible. And so you may potentially give it access, you know, at least some access to enemy of your ship. Was using Starlink to detect stealth aircraft. True Spectre. That may have been what I was thinking of, where they were using it to try to detect stealth aircraft. That may be what I was thinking of.
Middle of the ocean. We don't have any ships out there. You think it's an American ship? Let's go spy on it with our drones and we'll never know. I mean, they're stupid enough to put their Wi-Fi out there. Am I right in saying that, or am I absolutely wrong? Let me know. Best way to support the channel is to get yourself a shirt. Boom! We've got Whoopi hoodies. There's not a lot left. I think we've got like 100 and something in the Whoopi hoodies. So they're going. Like 2/3 of them, 75% are already sold out. Get a hand on that. And hey, Navy, I got a new shirt for you. Bow! A lighthouse for pussy. Aircraft carriers, Navy SEALs, pilots, SWIC. Everybody's cool in the Navy because the Navy is a lighthouse for pussy. Get it for a Navy friend. Let them know that they're manly and cool. Or a lesbian Navy person who is just really good at muff diving. We accept all kinds. Cheapest ways to leave a comment. Tell me about this communications thing. I want to learn more about it. Do you think that only one rank reduction is sufficient? I sure don't.
Nope.
That's my 2 cents. All right. See you next time, weirdos. Oh, don't forget, Pepperbox has an uncensored version. That's right, I'm on Pepperbox with the boys, and there's no bleeps there. In the one video that I made prior with Mia Khalifa, I made some additional jokes, and maybe there's her naked in it. Yeah, that's right, I use burned up bodies and dead people, and sometimes nudies in the videos on Pepperbox, especially if it's, you know, Angry Meme Review. So, all right. See you next time, weirdos. The United States Navy. Where did that come from?
Alright, Jet, you heard him. Head on over to Pepperbox just after my
Serious
stream.
question. If the Navy is the parent branch for the Marines and Marines eat crayons, does that mean the more bourgeoisie Navy instead eats pastels?
No. Good question.